we might have got him at his best.
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, guys. So we're going to talk about Isiah Roby because honestly, I don't know a ton about him. And what I wanted to do is just kind of go back and look at what other people have said about him, and in particular, what Thunder have said about him. Now, the Thunder fans, basically the main consensus that I saw from a lot of Thunder fans was that he is a really good pickup for the Spurs. They wish they could have kept him, but it just wasn't enough space on the roster. But I went back and I looked at this article here that's a where do you get away? In-season report card on Isiah Roby, in which they basically discuss how well he played. And after reading through this briefly, I'll read through it with you guys, but I read through it briefly. I kind of get the same vibe of Doug McDermott, how the San Antonio Spurs basically grabbed Dougie at his best possible form. Now, don't get me wrong, Isiah Roby, he still has way more room to grow, but the Spurs definitely did that with Doug McDermott. They did it with Jock Landale, where they were getting these guys for basically not a crazy price, but at the same time, they're at the top of their game as soon as we got them. And that might be the same case here with Isiah Roby. So let's go ahead and read here. The season could have been much better for Isiah Roby. The dominoes, the third year four needed to fail, and he got a larger role for the Thunder, especially near the end of the season. And I did go back and look at some of his stats near the end of the season. It was pretty impressive. He had quite a few higher 20s games in there, so he definitely showed out. Also, I saw a game in which he basically manhandled Jokic, but I know that it was kind of like short term, okay? It wasn't long term, but he did some work. While the center position is the biggest hole for the Oklahoma City heading into the offseason, Roby passed his test and earned his grade. So basically, they're saying right off the bat that he should have came back with the Thunder. Moving down, overall grade, they gave him a B+. All right, let's go through it. With his name, when his name was called, he answered. That's the best way to sum up Roby's 2021-22 season. His role in the third season was massive at the tail end of the season with Robinson Earl and Mike Muscala, both out long-term with injuries. And moving on, the Thunder needed a big man to handle the load, and Roby was the answer. He played in 45 games, dealing with injuries himself and stints in the G League, and started 28 of those games. I do question that. Do you guys think that he'll actually be in the G League? I don't think so. I don't think so, especially with our forward position. I feel like he'll be able to play, but who knows. I'm also expecting Doug McDermott to be moved soon anyway, but we'll just wait and see on that. It was a career year for Roby. He set career highs in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, block per game, and points per game. Offense was an A. When Roby scored, he scored in bunches and he scored efficiently. Roby scored a career best 10.1 points per game, which big picture doesn't shatter NBA records, but for the role Roby was in most of the season, his scoring was just what the Thunder needed from him. So it's very similar to what we needed from like Patty Mills, right? You might look at his stats and say it wasn't that great, but if you actually watched the game, he had a huge impact. Roby shot 51.4% from the field this season, 3 percentage points better than in the 2020-21 season. He also posted 44%. I'm sorry, my cat's right here. She's, hey girl, you want to say hey to the people? You want to say hey to the people? No? You just want to go? Okay, you can go. All right, I'll see you later. Anyways, moving on. On the board, Roby also provided much needed help. While again, it wasn't record breaking, he grabbed 4.8 rebounds per game. His biggest help came on the offensive glass, notching nearly 2 offensive rebounds per game, second to only Josh Giddey of players who played 20 or more games. That's pretty doggone good. This is really great, by the way. 44.4% from 3-point range. That's really good. I don't even think I read over there. I got distracted. Anyways, moving on. Defense is a B. Okay, now I'm kind of shocked by here. I thought I would have assumed defense would have been even higher, like maybe a B+, A-, because that's all I've heard from Thunder fans thus far. It's like his defense is so good, he can guard 1 through 5. Like, that's all I've heard. But anyways, moving on. Most of Roby's impact for OKC came offensively, which can... You hear her? She's crying. Hold on. There you go. I had to let her out the door. I'm sorry. This is This is unprofessional. Anyways, moving on. Most of Roby's impact for OKC came offensively, which can be expected from a player who is defending out of his position most nights. However, even in defending bigger complete NBA centers, most games Roby held his ground and was able to show that he could defend all-star level centers despite being 6'8", 230 pounds. Roby would be a power forward for most NBA rosters, but for OKC, he defended the 5 and did well. So he's kind of similar to Sochan in a way. Because I think even in college, that was kind of the big thing. They would initially ask Sochan to come in and guard the center, and he would do pretty well. And then if someone started getting hot, a guard or a forward, then they'll say, all right, we need you on them. So it seems as if he has a lot of versatility here. Roby finished this year averaging just under 1 steal and 1 block per game. His rebounding ability also helped the Thunder defensively. Roby's defense, mostly due to his length and athleticism, helped mightily to pass his 3rd-year test. I cannot read today. All right, and I guess that's it. Yeah, that's all they had here. So apparently we are getting a pretty nice package. Look, I don't know, and I'm gonna keep learning, and I'm gonna do some more videos on Roby, but as it stands right now, I don't know a ton about him, but everything that I hear is positive. So it hasn't been anything, maybe even in the Romeo Langford realm, where while some people have said, like Celtics fans said, oh no, Langford's a good player, but he doesn't have a high motor. I haven't heard anything like that from Isiah Roby. All of it's been nothing but positivity. So I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, just wanted to make this video for you guys, and so we just briefly talk about how he did last season, because I didn't know. But anyways, I'll give it to you guys later, man. If you want to support the channel, only $2 a month. Patreon, YouTube links below. Until next time, deuces.